Hey y'all, what's up? Jamie, that's me here. Welcome back to another quick chat. Welcome back to the channel. Go ahead and let me know that you're here by hitting that like button for me. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and talk about basketball wives, girl. Let's just go ahead and get into it. First of all, Doug done went and got Jackie a dog. All right. And I'm sitting over here like, I don't know why the hell he done went and got that lady a dog when this dog about to put her the hell out the house. For real, for real. I feel like if you're gonna get Jackie a dog, it should have been like a smaller dog because that little motherfucking dog seemed like it was too much to handle. But it was good that she ended up getting his trained though. I was a bit shocked by that. Okay. We done seen his little thing poking out. He over there trying to hunch on something. It's like, girl, girl, you better do something with this motherfucking dog. Ain't nobody playing with you. So I'm glad she went and got his little ass trained. But anyway, honey, let's move on. Now, Brandi, British, and Duffey sent over there linking up to discuss the Ponderosa. Brandi tells the ladies that although she gets where Jen was coming from, she felt like it wasn't handled correctly. I see where Brandi is coming from. Like maybe it wasn't handled correctly, but at the same time, I do feel like when you ain't effing with nobody and you don't rock with that BIT and they literally just did something to you, are you obligated to handle shit correctly? For real, for real. Like this bitch hung up in my face. I wasn't even talking to her. All right. Whenever it comes to me, she always goes the extra mile because obviously she sees me as weak. Like, girl, no, ma'am. I'm gonna say what I want to say. She gonna stay and do what the hell she want to do. So it is what it is. She also says that she is concerned about Malaysia and that she doesn't want stuff like this getting out about her because she has children to protect. I see where she's coming from with that as well, being concerned about her. But it's like, and when Malaysia has done stuff, has she cared about other folks' kids? Like, what I'm getting irritated with is people feeling the need to have sympathy for a person that hasn't always had sympathy towards others all of the years that she's been on this show. F that lady. Period. Duffey wants Brandi to have sympathy for Malaysia because she knows what's going on with her now. Like now that you know what's going on with her, I think that you should have a little sympathy for her. First of all, Duffey, you got on my nerves this episode, and I really want you to boop 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 sit your ass the back. Please sit back very quickly. It's the fact that Brandi is sitting up here acknowledging what Malaysia has been going through and how she is a bit sensitive to what she has going on and how she's concerned because she don't want people really releasing information about this woman because she's being considerate of her kids. So I feel like just off of Brandi opening up about that and acknowledging that Jen should not have handled it in that manner, she's already showing sympathy. See, Duffey, you doing too much, and that's why as I watched this episode, for me, I was leaning on Brandi's side because I don't care what nobody say. Duffey, girl, you are doing the most. So Brandi was about to speak on how Malaysia already has enough people in her corner, such as Duffey and Jackie and whoever else. You have people that's supporting her, but Duffey flips the switch and she kind of butts in and says, "Oh, you're throwing shade. You're throwing shade." And Brandi is like, "Well, girl, how am I throwing shade?" And she felt like Brandi was throwing shade at the fact that Duffey and Malaysia are getting to know each other. Girl, Brandi don't give a. And even if she do, that's not what she meant in that moment, and you damn know that. Now, British opens it up and says, "Well, maybe she's feeling a way about y'all being friends or whatever like that." And Duffey says, "Listen, girl, if I'm sorry, not Duffey, but Brandy's just like, girl, if you want to get to know her, then get to know her. Like that ain't got shit to do with me." And I can appreciate that because a lot of times people do feel like, just because I don't like that person, you shouldn't like that person either. And I feel like maybe that shit you do when you in high school, but as you get older, like you big and you grown, and you should be able to separate the two. You feel what I'm saying? Now, if the person just truly did some effed up stuff to your friend, then yeah, make note of that because they probably not gonna treat you no better. But let that be that person's decision, and you not aligning yourself with somebody else. You feel what I'm saying? Because you just don't know who or how you may need people in the future or whatever the case is. So, I mean, I don't know. That's just me. So Duffey then says if Brandi would have told her that this girl was disrespectful to her and yada, 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 then she wouldn't mess with her. And I'm just kind of confused because I'm like, did she need to tell you that for you to see that? If that's what you're saying, you would base your friendship on Malaysia on, then my question to you is, does she need to say that for you to see that? I'm not understanding. It's not clicking, Steven. All right. It's clear that you want to be friends with Malaysia. Just be friends with that lady. Stop trying to include Brandi. Brandi literally sat up there and said, "I would never be friends with your enemy." And then instead of Duffey acknowledging what the overall point of what Brandi is making, because For Brandi, Brandi is saying, if you ever had a BIT you didn't F with, I'm not gonna go be friends with that person. Period. Right? So that's how Brandi feels. And instead of Duffey acknowledging that and saying, okay, well then that's you, and I'm glad that you're not holding me to the same standard because I'm okay, y'all beef ain't got nothing to do with me, so I'm gonna be friends with who I want. Duffey decides to flip the script and then says, oh, she's your enemy now. And it's like, BITC, this is the bullshit. You're focusing on the wrong context clues of what somebody's trying to tell your dog ass. So just off of how that conversation went, I said, I already know who the beef is going to be between. I already see that Brandi and Duffey are definitely going to be on the outs. And it's crazy because it's about to be over Malaysia. And it wasn't even an issue that Brandi was trying to make her issue. It was more so Duffey trying to make it an issue. What the fuck is going on when Malaysia has even come at you wrong, Duffey? So are you okay? Are you okay? Or are you just so happy to be in the position that you're in? Because what they're doing is how I feel. Y'all know how they run back to Jackie to get Jackie to get the girls together to have conversations and stuff, like Jackie is in charge of the girls. It's like they trying to make Duffey the co-captain or some shit. Like Duffey is the one that's supposed to be in charge because she's the one that has the connection to Malaysia and this and that, and she's supposed to be the peacemaker and all. It's like, girl, cut that shit the fuck out. Sit it the fuck down, okay? Not here for it, all right? So, anywho, Duffey goes on to say something like, wait, so she's your enemy? And Brandi was like, I don't know if Brandi or British said it, but one of them was like, oh, that's a strong word or whatever. Then Duffey started speaking on her character. She was like, the fact that you're trying to say that I'm trying to be friends with Malaysia or whatever based on you. Something Duffey said. She said that basically Brandi was speaking to her character. And I'm like, Duffey, shut the dog fuck up. Because you're trying to put 20 on 10 and that's not even what that lady's saying or what she's talking about. You're purposely trying to miss her point. And that makes me believe that you don't feel 100% comfortable in the connection that you're making with Malaysia on your own, that you're trying to drag Brandi into it to make it seem like there's an issue or there's some friction. And I don't like that. If you beefing with Brandi or you may have an issue with Brandi, have that shit on your own. Don't try and incorporate Malaysia into that bullshit to make it seem like, oh, well, we're not cool because of that. Nah, bitch, y'all probably not cool because you was already having an underlying issue with your own close friend, but you're using somebody else to disguise said issue. But anyway, whatever, let's keep going. Meanwhile, Jackie links up with Jennifer, and right out the gate, what I don't like was them not showing us the rest of the Ponderosa and just jumping straight into the next thing. I feel the way, if words were had, baby, let us see the words that was had, period. So I felt like that was weird. Jen then tells Jackie that she isn't remorseful about anything that she said and says Malaysia was wrong for hanging up on her. And I'm with Jen on that still to this day. Jackie goes into the conversation of how they have to be respectful of each other when they're talking at the Ponderosa. But Jackie, you was disrespectful as hell to Jennifer and then trying to force Jennifer to speak on something she don't want to speak on, which is the problem that all of the ladies have with your ass. Are you okay? Clearly you're not. Clearly you're not. She's tired. Ugh. So Jackie, Duffey, Jen, Brandi, and British all link up, right? And this is where British lets the ladies know that her probation officer is disappointed that she ended up leaving the area but did not notify her. So because of that, her probation officer is now about to request that she get an ankle monitor. And as much as I probably want to feel bad for British, but I can't. BIT, you did do this. You know, now that you're on probation or whatever or parole, whatever the case is, I don't think it's parole because she ain't been to jail yet, but probation, whatever you're given, strict monitoring, you know the process of how this is supposed to go. This is a very serious case. You need to be crossing all your T's, dotting all your I's, whatever the case is, and you should have properly communicated that to whoever the hell you needed to communicate to. So the fact that this person is trying to get an ankle monitor on you, I can't feel sorry for that, ma'am. I can't. Okay, you know how this is supposed to go, and you even admitted that you was wrong. So here we are. So don't be over here crying, hooping, and hollering and being upset about it because this is what you did. And if you would have actually had your shit together the first time, you wouldn't have even been in this situation for somebody to even put fraud on you. All right. So you continue to move recklessly. And guess what? When it comes down to sentencing and when you move further along in this case, the judge is going to look at all of that to make a determination of what's going to happen with you. So, girl, you need to get that together. Okay. And no, your daughter is not going to be able to save you. They do not care nothing about that. All right. Brooke also opens up about being pregnant and how she did not have a cyst and how she ended up having an ectopic pregnancy, but she ended up taking a shot for it to avoid from having to have surgery, and also to avoid from it rupturing or whatever, because if the doctor would have removed her fallopian tube or done anything to her fallopian tube, then she probably wouldn't be able to have kids. Now, it sounds like she said the doctor told her she would not have kids. I don't think it's that you wouldn't be able to have them, but I do think that it would be difficult for you to get pregnant the natural way. But either way, she was emotional about it. And I really hate that for her, because I definitely can relate to British in this moment. But at the same time, I couldn't help but look at the screen and watch how they played the video of her telling people that she had this cyst or whatever the case was, and how she was in so much pain, only to find out it was never a cyst and that she was pregnant. So what I'm saying is, I couldn't help but watch how she lied with a straight face. So the fact that you sat up there and they caught you lying with a straight face, making people believe you had a cyst the whole time you had an ectopic pregnancy, where your baby or whatever was in your damn tube, girl, the fact that you sat up there and played us makes me question like this whole case that's surrounding you. All right. And it's also going to bring into question if anybody were to present this in front of the judge, to see how straight faced you lie. Because that's what I got from this. Y'all tell me what it is that y'all got. Okay. I'm not saying I ain't feel bad for her in that moment. Felt pretty bad for her. She is going through a lot. But at the same time, girl, I feel like that flashback hurt you more than it helped you. But let's keep going. So Jen takes the ladies to a winery or whatever for British, because she wants her to be in a better state of mind and let her know she got support and all of that. But girl, they could barely get on the road before the PO or whoever is calling her saying, yep, this is cute. I know you headed to have fun with your girls, but you might want to put that shit on halt, because we gonna go ahead and need you to get that ankle monitor on you. Okay, so British outside the van, and she going off, and she's like, I feel like y'all doing this because of who I am. And if I wasn't who I was, then you wouldn't be doing all of this. And I'm like, girl, knock, knock, who's there? Can't be you, because who the hell is you, girl? Sitting up here talking about something, y'all doing this because of who I am. Like, girl, we know you, but we really don't know you. Like, girl, let's be honest, all right, girl, you're not Shawnee. You're not Shawnee, like, for real, like, girl, everybody knows Shawnee. Everybody may not know British. Like, let's not, don't play like that, ma'am. Okay, so it's like, girl, they doing to you what they would do to any other regular person. Therefore, that's what you are. So either way, girl, good luck. Go get that ankle bracelet. They may take it off in a few months if you do right. So then Jackie asks Duffey about her relationship. Duffey says that they're working on their communication, and Brandi says she definitely needs communication therapy. Okay, again, Duffey is taking this as a shot. Listen, what I took from that little quick snippet was that Duffey is getting tired of Brandi. I don't know what Brandi has been doing over the years when it comes to their friendship, but Duffey is getting tired of her. And I say that because a lot of times when you with a friend that's irritating you, in my opinion, okay, and y'all don't often address y'all issues with each other, at some point it's going to be a buildup. And whatever that person does is going to irritate you. Like, because you're not really expressing yourself. That's why when they kind of got into it, Duffey was like, no, I'm very smart. I'm thinking with my brain. It ain't no air up here. Da, da, da. So obviously, Brandi must have said some slick stuff to Duffey, because in the past that Duffey has let fly. And in this moment, Duffey was, the way she was reacted to Brandi was giving, you always do shit like that. You always do shit. I'm thinking with my brain. Like, she didn't say that, but that's the energy that I got from it, right? So Duffey tells everyone, no, British brings up Brandi and Malaysia. Duffey tells everybody how Brandi labeled Malaysia as her enemy. And I'm like, did we really have to say that? See, I knew you was holding on to that for a later time. So Brandi says, no, you're making it bigger than what it is. Like, if you want to be her friend, then be her friend. Just don't include me, because I don't care about y'all being friends. Like, it's whatever. Like, you're going to do what you want to do. I love that so much. I'm in agreement with Brandi, because Brandi's not the one that's constantly bringing it up. Duffey is the one that's always bringing it up. Brandi says that you're trying to connect them. Her trying to connect Malaysia and Brandi back together should be irrelevant. And I agree. If you want to be friends with her, be friends with her. But don't use the whole narrative of you guys should talk. You guys should get back together, whatever the case is, as an excuse. Like, girl, you already know your friend of multiple years, and you already know the situation. When they're ready to talk, they will do so. Why are you over here acting like Jackie? Why are you over here thinking that you can do what Jackie can't? Like, cut it the hell out. Like, you're doing too much. So Brandi says that she needs to have this convo after she goes to communication therapy, because Duffey ended up taking offense, and Duffey told her that she's making it look one way when it's not. it's a whole nother way. And I'm like, well, Duffy, what way is it looking? Because the way Brandi is labeling this and explaining it to me, that's exactly how it looks. It looks exactly how Brandi said it looks. So Duffy, I'm a little confused. What are you talking about? Then Duffy says, I think when Brandi told her, like, you need to do communication therapy or whatever, Duffy says, oh, you talking about how you be belittling Jason? And I'm over here cracking the hell up because Brandi was like, belittle who? I don't belittle anybody. And I'm like, wait a minute, ma'am. Wait a minute. There have definitely been times that you have belittled that man. Let's be very honest. However, I must say, I feel like it's not that it wasn't warranted because he did cheat on you. Okay. So I understand it, but I do feel like you dragged out a lot of stuff for sure. But y'all definitely are giving one and the same when it comes to y'all men. Okay. So that's just what I'm saying. All right. But I'm still with Brandi on this whole situation. Like, I don't think Brandi really gives a damn about y'all being friends because y'all gonna do what y'all want to do anyway, because it's just how y'all is. All right. So, yeah, stop including that lady on that mess. Go get to know your good Judy. All right. So Malaysia links up with both Jackie and Duffy. Before they got there, Duffy says Brandi called her a fake friend. And I say, here you go dragging it, because I never heard her say that. I ain't never hear that lady say that you was being a fake ass friend. She did not say that. And this is you wanting to create whatever you want to create about the situation. And then I also feel like this is you trying to likely get Jackie on your side should y'all have an argument at a later time. Like, Duffy, have a seat. So Malaysia says that she didn't like that Jackie forced the situation. And I'm like, that's the same exact thing that Duffy has been trying to do as well. It ain't just Jackie. So Malaysia is cool with not responding to Jen or ever talking to her again. And if you're so cool with it, now that means you were cool with it in the beginning. Therefore, the whole purpose of hanging up on her was unnecessary. But that's just me. So Malaysia then tells them that she won't be coming around the group anymore. And she says that she doesn't care to be around those particular people that gives her bad vibes, right? And she says her mental health is more important. So this is what I gathered. Although it seems like Malaysia is quitting basketball wives, I'm not surprised if she does do some pop-ups here or there, because I don't know what else Malaysia is doing for work, but why not get some money when you can get some money, right? And don't even have to shoot as much in, full time. So if you got like 10 episodes and let's say you made 500,000, she might end up doing 5 episodes, right? Popping up here or there, isolated link ups, and may just get 300,000 or 250. And she may be looking at it like that 250 is better than nothing because I can figure out how to get the other 250. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not taking it as her fully leaving the show, maybe, but I definitely take it as when we link up, us three will link up. But as far as me linking up with those other ladies, absolutely not. I'm not going to do it. Don't ask me. I draw the line. That's what's in my contract. I'm not with them. And this period. If y'all want me to do guest appearances, I'll do that. I'll get my check and I'll go on about my business. But girl, I'm focused on my kids and being there for them and all of that. And another thing, I also have to quit this job so that I can show to the judge that I'm not making enough money. So when I go over here and I sue this man for child support and all that, I need his income to reflect that he's making more than me. So once I get this stamped in and I start getting his money back in, then girl, I might slide back over here. You know what I'm saying? So I just need to, create my narrative for the judge or whatever. But I'm just telling y'all, that's not a fact. That's an opinion. And that's just what I'm thinking Malaysia is doing. But Malaysia saying 100% buy, I'll believe it when the next season rolls around. When the next season rolls around and that's indeed what happens, then I might be like, oh, okay, well, maybe she really did quit. But right now, the verdict is out when it comes to me. Okay. But if she was really finna leave the show, bye, LaQuisha. Girl, go. Bye. Bye. Bye, mom. Bye, ma'am. Goodbye. But I will say this. If Malaysia truly is leaving, and now that she is leaving, y'all might want to go ahead and hit them Dorsey sisters up and see if you could get a 2-for-1 deal if you ask me. Okay. But that's all that I got. All right. Ain't got no more. Okay. Thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely like the video. Leave your comments on the latest episode of Basketball Wives. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.